Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of AI Adventures with AI Mike. And today I want to show you how to convert a chat or an idea into a custom GPT. And we're not only using custom GPTs, but we also use projects in Chat LLM because it's essentially exactly the same. You prefer the platform you're going to use. I will use mine in Chat LLM, to be honest, but that's my choice. What you're seeing in the video, that's something I screen recorded earlier today, is a chat of mine. And yes, you see what I was eating last weekend, actually, or some sorts of it. And I had a longer chat for a couple of days going where I was asking, what the carbs are, the calories, the carbs, the protein, the fat. You see it's in German, but could also be in English. And I was asking that because I'm trying to lose weight, as I indicated earlier in one of my videos, where I try to come down from a certain amount to 82 kilos. That's my commitment. And so I thought of, always prompting the same stuff, doing the same stuff, and then it's not streamlined. I was sick of that manual stuff. So I'm turning this into a GPT. And what I'm doing, I'm using the chat I had where I say, okay, I need to create a prompt that serves as a custom GPT agent. And ChatGPT should now understand the chat and the history that is coming with it to understand where I'm coming from. And I'm giving it some specific instructions. So for instance, if I'm uploading an image with my, where I want buying a protein bar or whatever, and has these tables of the macro breakdown, I wanted to extract those. Sometimes, and this is what I hate about these calorie tracking apps and stuff. So for one, I try to do carb cycling in my diet. I'm not sure if I can stick to that, but okay, different topic. Let's talk about AI. But there's no app that can really handle that well. If you want a macro breakdown, you need to sit with your mobile phone and then type in, I ate asparagus and I had potatoes and I had whatever. No, that is super manual and boring. So I'm telling it, understand the meal I'm eating. If necessary, ask questions and then build the macro breakdown. Or I just tell you what I had or the amount with the breakdown. And the cool thing is there will be a really easy exercise now for me to just upload something and it knows what I'm up to. On the other side, the other thing that I'm caring most about is I set myself daily goals and daily amounts, and everybody's different. So I don't want to tell the GPT, okay, this is exactly the daily amount you're looking at. I will also tell it in that prompt that, okay, ask for user input first. So what's your macro targets of a day, for instance? Um, and the other thing is that humans, and if you're not following Daniel Pink, you should on LinkedIn, you should read his books. Amazing what he's posting and what he's doing. Um, One thing that he's saying is, of course, motivation is everything. So you got to be motivated. So I want that GPT to also give feedback on what you're eating, encourage you, suggest to eat healthier, discern a little bit what you're doing, if it makes sense, if there's a great balance. Um, do a call out to help and guide through the journey you're going. And you don't need to do that to lose weight. You can do that to gain muscle, just to eat healthier, to track whatever. And well, I love quotes. I love quotes. And in every presentation, I usually do a Steve Jobs quote of mine at the end of the presentation or at the beginning. So I'm also asking the GPT to provide a quote after each chat. Um, I will, I won't, I already have open sourced it, open source in quotation marks. I just made it publicly available. So I provide the link in the comments below. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share where you could just go ahead and try it out yourself. And then you get those amazing quotes. Um, Also, um, and you see what I'm typing here. Ask for the user daily goals: calories, fat, protein, carbs. Ask for a specific diet because that's interesting for me. I could just make that more complicated, and I just use the basic prompt that comes out here, just as a spoiler. Um, you could just make that way better if you want it. But yeah, so that's what I've written earlier today. So I put it in those chunks here, and I'm just telling it, write the prompt for this. And yes, you could argue I'm writing a lot of text, and then like, why don't I write the prompt myself? Well, because I can't do it as good as ChatGPT can, given that I want something from it. It knows best what it needs, and it does that way better than I could, and will be more specific and has some ideas on top. So, well, you see that. So, um, give it the core responsibilities as a prompt before starting, the behavior, the style. So it gives you everything you need already. It's pretty cool. And if you read through, so how the data is presented, tables, the sums, you know, special instructions. Well, yeah, and don't forget the daily nutrition motivator, the meal optimizer, and the positive reinforcement machine behind it. And yeah, it even asks you for a ready to go short version. So if you want to deploy a real GPT, well, not deploy, but use it, you can shorten that. You can make it swifter, better, whatever. So I'm letting it do it while I'm doing something else. So I want to create a GPT. So just create a GPT. And well, that's the cool thing about it. This is the exercise. Copy paste. So I'm going to copy paste and and for a description, I gotta pick this one, right? And then the prompt. Yeah, and I'm using the markdown. I like the markdown way better than just copy pasting, and I'll just remove whatever is unnecessary in there. And by the way, you saw me write yes, please in the previous one. I'm not sure if you saw that. Don't use please. Please don't use please. At least, do it in real life with humans. That's important. Be nice and kind, but just don't tell the AI, please. I just do that. I don't know why. It's stupid. Don't do that. It just wastes energy and money for OpenAI, but don't do it. Okay, and then you give it some starters and obviously let it create some images and stuff. And I let it create its own icon at the end of the day. And now the cool thing is what we also gonna do at the same time is we do exactly the same exercise in ChatLLM because I want to show you how it works in ChatLLM. Before, take a look at the shorter version. It's way crisper, shorter. Didn't go with that, but because I think it's fine, especially in a pro user. So it doesn't matter. I'm not putting anything live or deploying anything. So that's the GPT we've built. And let's just copy the prompt and then go over to ChatLM. And they have projects, so it's called projects, not GPTs, which means you gotta copy that title. And I think I saw that the project name yet didn't make sense. This custom GPT prompt is not a meaningful project name, so let's give it a good name. I think I changed it. Yes, I changed it earlier as well, so good for me. I saw that. Then let's give it the custom instructions. So this is how you put the custom instructions into ChatLM. There you go. It's a GPT in ChatLM. You can use that. And now let's put it live. It's already live, so you'll get the link below. And now we can start doing and using it. You could do it in ChatLM or in ChatGPT, whatever you like. Have fun with it. Thanks for watching. Hope you get healthier. Hope you have fun. Leave me a comment and see you next time.